Dan Hooker responds to Arman Tsarukyan, calling him out for a showdown in the near future. The beef between the two has a long history, with most of it taking place on social media. It's unclear who started it, but they've been trading insults and not missing a chance to trash talk about one another for at least 2 years now. The situation at the top of the lightweight division is such at the moment that they're closer than ever to finally facing each other in the octagon. If it happens, the bout will serve as a possibility to secure a title shot for Arman and to make a big entry into the top 5 for Hooker. Recently, Arman said he'd be willing to fight Hooker as early as August and predicted a 1-round domination that culminates in a submission. When asked what he thinks about a potential fight with Tsarukyan in the latest round of trash talk between them, Hooker expressed some interest in making the fight happen, but mostly focused on reasons that he dislikes Arman for, and once again dismissed him as the real #1 contender for Topuria's lightweight title.
I just think he's a dweeb. I think he's just monotone, boring fighter. Dweeb, he's annoying. He gets 10-9 and he gets 10-8 in every single shot he has ever taken at me. So I don't know why he continues to kick himself in the fucking nuts. And then he goes on Ariel Helwani and just Ariel doesn't even mention my name, which he would have loved to. So that means that his management team would have had to go to Ariel before the interview and say, don't bring up Dan Hooker. So it's like, don't fucking take shots at me when you continually just lose. And that's funny. You're the #1 contender that has to wait. You have to wait till I recover from injury and come back to fight me to stay relevant. That's the position you're in your career right now. What am I, like, ranked? What the fuck am I even ranked? Like #7 or something? Like you have to wait till the #7 recovers from injury and fight him to stay relevant.
Dustin Poirier previews his 3rd clash with Max Holloway in the next pay-per-view. This is supposed to be his retirement fight, and he got the perfect opponent and even his home turf to end his career on a high note. But whether he will actually retire or not might be dependent on the outcome. It's difficult to imagine someone in his position not rethinking his decision to hang up the gloves if he's able to finish Holloway after a dominant performance. Likelihood of that happening is a different topic, but it's certainly a possibility. Considering how important the outcome of this trilogy bout is for Holloway, we can certainly expect another high-paced striking battle between them for as long as it lasts. On the Diamond side, it's all about going out with a bang. For now, Dustin seems pretty confident this will be his final entrance into the octagon. As for what his retirement is gonna look like, he promises he'll never weigh 155 pounds ever in his life again after he makes weight for UFC 318.
Because this is the last time I'm ever gonna feel these morning jitters of fight day and walking into the arena. I'll never feel this again. So I want to put on a show. I want to go out with a bang, and I want it to be fight of the night, fight of the year. Yeah, I'm expecting stitches. Listen. I'm getting on steroids. Once USADA stops knocking on my door and I lay the gloves down, I'm getting jacked and tan. What really I beat myself up. I want to say beat myself up. I spin my wheels for sure. I think about it all the time. It's like I know I have a lot more to give. I'm leaving a lot of money on the table. I'm leaving great fights on the table. But it's like, am I going to be that's the reason I'm walking away. Is like, am I going to be the world champion? You know how to get another title shot? You know, I've had 3, right? I mean, to get another one is going to be tough. And I don't know if I have it in me to put together that win streak but I have great fights left in me, so I'm walking away I think about my best right now. You know, I just fought Islam tooth and nail, had a great fight, and I feel like I can still beat it. I can beat him, I think.
Khamzat Chimaev sends a chilling message to Dricus Du Plessis in response to the South African's trash talk in his direction. The Chechen title challenger isn't one to shy away from engaging in some verbal warfare on social media or press conferences, and even before his fight with DDP for the middleweight title was officially announced, Khamzat was promising his fanbase to violently dispose of the champ when they meet in the cage, in part because of the stuff he's been posting in his address on Twitter. But at this point, the temperature between the two is at boiling point, which is one more and perhaps the most important factor that makes their first meeting in front of a live crowd so highly anticipated. That will happen on fight week though, and before that we'll just have to wait. But they keep going at it, and in the most recent media appearance, Khamzat said he's getting ready to kill Dricus in the octagon and not just to go to war.
Там тренер говорил, что они готовятся к войне на земле в партере.
Ну это какая земля? Не знаю. Где они готовятся? Мы убивать готовимся, то не знаю, что делать.
Ну не задевай тебя вот такие высказывания, Хамзат. Я просто раньше, помню, тебя задевал.
Раньше бывало, ну, когда человек давно в этом спорте, наверное, понимает. учится многим вещам и становится мудрее. И не секрет, и со мной так происходит. Когда раз человек не знаменитого, не такого спортсмена, как я, раз бросить его в тот уровень, где я сейчас, он с ума сойдет. Потому что там слишком много хейта хорошего, там и в жизни всякие многие чего получается, и там давление, то все. Это потихоньку человек туда поднимается и привыкает к этому, и потом легче становится.
Paddy Pimblett's coach previews their potential matchup against Ilia Topuria and criticizes a large portion of fans for being casuals and dismissing the Scouse contenders' chances of defeating the Georgian. Aside from the pure MMA theatrics that will undoubtedly unfold in the build-up, if these two end up fighting each other sometime in the future, the stylistic matchup itself almost guarantees it to be an exciting clash in the octagon. Paddy has significant size advantage over Ilia, and the difference was impossible not to notice when the two faced off in the cage following the main event of UFC 317. But how much of a factor can this be if Pimblett is able to use it against him? That's a different discussion. He recently said he'd be kick heavy and avoid boxing in the pocket with Ilia, and then predicted a late fight finish on the ground. His coach is confident in their ability to take the title alongside the undefeated record away from the new champion. He also dismissed early predictions by fans on social media of Paddy getting knocked out early as something casuals would say.
Most fans are casuals, that's a thing, and most of them don't like or want Paddy to win, so they just come up with mad reasons why Paddy will not or won't do these things. They don't look at technical skill. Most coaches don't look at technical skill in MMA. They think they do, but they don't actually look at what's going on a lot of the time. So like, I don't expect, like say, casual fans to kind of understand the intricacies of what makes Paddy good or what makes this other person good or anything, that sort of stuff. They just kind of see what they want to see in a vague sort of view. They'll be like, oh, Paddy will out-grapple Ilia. Okay, that's very vague. That's like super, super vague. Ilia's going to knock Paddy out. Oh, is he? Okay, how is that going to happen? That's also vague. Well, obviously, I see them going in Paddy's favour, because otherwise we wouldn't be training the way that we train to kind of take him out. But, I mean, for example, you can look at Paddy's last few fights to see that his distance management is like greatly, greatly improved.